Yes. So now let's try to convert the normal mode into graphics mode by detecting the driver. So let me write int gd equal to detect gm init graph and gd and gm.
सर आप जो ईटेक के बाद जो जीएम लिखे वहाँ पे कुछ भी लिख सकते हैं कि जीएम लिखना जरूरी
Correct.
है?
No, you can write anything. You can write abcd, whatever you feel you can write. After all, gd and gm are the variables. Fine. Instead of this, let me write a and b. It will also work. Yeah, that's it. Because after all, both the things are variable. Now let me draw a simple line to check whether I'm able to get the output or not. And let's run this file. So you can see still I'm getting the output. Fine. So it is fine. Both the things are variable. So whatever you feel, you can use it. Yeah. So now today we are going to discuss few more functions. Let me start with the function which is putpixel. The putpixel is very useful function whenever you want to put a single dot, single pixel in your screen. For example, at particular location, if I want to put a pixel, then I can use this function where the name of the function is putpixel. So now, based on your understanding, can anyone tell me how many parameters could be there for putpixel? The use of putpixel is if I want to put a single pixel anywhere in the screen, then I can use this function. So now, based on your
One.
understanding, how many parameters must be there?
2. X and
Two,
Y.
x and y. Okay, great. So if I am giving 100 and 100, how many of you agree that it will work?
No, sir, it will not work. I
Me,
think so.
sir.
See, actually, it should work because to put a pixel, we need two coordinates. So we have the values of both the coordinates x and y. So actually, it should work, but it will not work. Why? Because the syntax of put pixel says while mentioning the coordinates, you will have to mention the color also, because by default your screen will be of black color, and by default the pixel will also be of black color. So you will not be able to even identify whether the pixel is there or not. And so when I will compile this file, I will get an error. You can see too few parameters in call to put pixel. Actually, it needs 3 parameters, but I have passed only 2. So as I said, first 2 parameters where we need to give the actual values at whatever location you want to put the pixel, that value you need to give here, and as a third parameter you need to give the color. So now to give the color in graphics, we are going to follow the color code as well as color name. So for example, there will be, let's say, 12 colors, and for each letter, for each number, dedicated color is there. So for example, if I give 2, I'm not sure whether 2 is for which color, but let's say for an example, 2 is for let's say pink color. So I will get this pixel with pink color. Or let's say if I give 3, and for example 3 is for red color, then you will get red color here. You will get the red pixel there. Let me just try with 3, and let's run this file. Actually 3 is not red. Are you able to find the pixel?
Yes, sir, it is light blue.
Yes, sir.
Yes, there is the pixel at 100 which is of light blue color. You can see here, it's there. Similarly, let me just change the value. Instead of 3, I'm giving 4. You can see now it is red. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So the use of this function is at any location, if you want to put a single pixel, then you can always use this function which is put pixel. Now here you can give color name also. Let me just run this file. You can see. Fine. So it is your choice whether you want to go with the number or you want to write the name. The condition is whenever you go with the name, make sure that you write color name in capital letters. So for example, if I want pink, then I can write pink here? I think pink is not defined. Let me see what are the colors which are available. The example, it might be there. Let's see. No, it is not written here. Let me see if white works or not. Yeah, you can see white color is there. So other than actually pink color is also there, but name could be different. I'm not able to recall it what name is there, but there would be a certain different name. Otherwise, it will work for all the colors. Let me go with yellow to check it. And you can see it gives the pixel with yellow color. So it is your choice, whatever color you want, you can give here. Otherwise, you can simply give the number also. Let's say I'm giving 9. Then it will put the pixel where you can see it is having different color. Whatever color is there, which is allocated to 9, it will display that pixel. Is it fine? Are you fine with this function, put pixel?
सर इसका थोड़ा बड़ा नहीं कर
Yes, sir.
सकते पिक्सल को?
No, as of now you cannot increase the size of pixel because after all it's a pixel only and you cannot modify pixel. In that case you will have to use circle function and you can change the radius. If you want to enlarge the pixel, then you can use circle function and you can modify the radius. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so if you want slight bigger pixel, then you can use the circle function like this. And let's say circle 200, 200, and I can give radius 5 to 10 to get the smaller circle. You can see. Still, if it is too big for me, then I can go with 2 or 3 pixels. So now it is, you can see here. But you cannot modify pixel. This is what I want to convey. Any doubts for put pixel?
कितने नंबर तक जाता है?
Sorry?
कलर का कितने नंबर तक जाता है?
12. You can vary number from 1 to 12. There are 12 dedicated colors.
Okay, sir.
Then again it will start from the first color. And again in graphics there is the combination of various color models also, like RGB, CMY, YIQ, and we are going to study that. RGB is actually combination of red, green, and blue. So you can club few colors and accordingly you will be able to derive the new color. That is also possible. But actually in actual there are only 12 colors which are available here. Because let me go with 13. I think I will get the repeated color. 13 is little bit, I think it seems combination of any color. 14, it seems like yellow. I don't know. Yeah, and 15 is again, you can see it's white. And I think 1 is also white. 1 or 0, I don't know. 0 would be there. 0 is black. And then I think 15 is the white only. So it is not 12, it will be 15, I think, yes. We'll start from 0. 0 is for black, and then accordingly you can get 15 colors. The 16 is again black. Fine. So again it will start from 0. And I think 17 and 1 could be similar. And this is, I think, blue. Let me go with 1. Yes, both are same. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so there will be 15 colors. So as per your need, you can give the appropriate code, which is specifically for any color that you can pass here. Yeah, then see, now one more thing. Today we are going to discuss something about color also, like if I have many objects and if I want to draw any object with, let's say, red boundary, if I want to draw any object with yellow boundary, then for that you have a very good function, that is set color. Name of the function is set color, which is used to set any specific color to the boundary of any object. And the syntax is, you can use the name of the function, which is set color, and you need to just give the value of the color. Either you can give the number, or you can give the you can write the name also for that color. So for example, if I want to draw a rectangle with red boundary, so what I can do, before drawing rectangle, I can set the color. So what I have done, I have written set color red. What does it mean? After this statement, whatever objects I will draw, all those objects will have red boundary. So now let me just draw one rectangle. So this rectangle will have red boundary, you can see. And now let's say I want to draw one circle with yellow boundary. So before drawing circle, I need to set the color. I can write set color. Here I can write yellow, and then I can draw circle. So let's say I want to draw circle at 300, 300, having radius 100. So this circle will have yellow boundary, you can see. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. So it's very easy. It is up to you for any object, whatever color you want to specify. Accordingly, you will have to just use set color function. And syntax is also very simple. Use the function set color, and as a parameter, pass the value. And value, to pass the value, you have two options. Either you can give the color name, or you can give color code. Let's say I'm giving 5. You can see whatever color is there for number 5, it will draw that object with that specific color. Done. So this is how you can use set color function to set the boundary of any object with specific colors. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, great. Now we are going to discuss 2 or 4 very, very important functions. See, let me just demonstrate the thing. I think I'll have to share my entire screen because I want to explain it through Paint. Just a minute. Yeah. See, now, for example, if I say you will have to draw this kind of hexagon using line function, fine. So what you will do, first you will try to find the pixel of all the points. So let's say there are 6 points, so you will try to find the pixels for all 6 points, and then you will use line function, right? And while using line function, what you will do, you will use the function like this line. Let's say I'm drawing from 100, 100 to 200, 200. Then you will use one more line function like this line 200, 200 to, let's say, 200 and 300. Similarly, to draw next line, you will use the function like this line 200, 300 to, let's say, 100 and 400, something like this. And so, for example, if I am going with the first line of code, it will draw the line from the first point to this point, then second line will draw this line, third line will draw the third line like this. So to draw entire hexagon using line function, you will need to write same code again and again. See, what is the limitation here? Can anyone tell me? If I am using line function only to draw the polygon, then what is the limitation?
कितने का डिफरेंस दिया है वो सब एकदम करेक्ट लिखना पड़ेगा.
And that is fine. Difference we need to write carefully, so it will be applicable for all the functions. So that is fine. But my question is, if I am using line function to draw any hexagon or any kind of polygon where there are more angles, then what is the limitation? What is the disadvantage of using line function? Can
Sir,
anyone?
code lengthy हो जाएगा.
Code lengthy हो जाएगा. That is correct. You will have to write more number of lines. But here, if you can notice, you need to write the value of same pixel again and again. See, Here I am using 200, 200, same pixel I need to write here, because from where I need to start drawing the line. Similarly, here you can see the end point of this line is 200, 300, and the starting point of the next line is also 200, 300. So I will have to repeat the pixels. Are you getting me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes. So to avoid such kind of problem, there is one function which is line2. What it will do? You will have to just pass the destination. You don't need to start with the source every time. So for example, as of now, let's say I am at 100 location. From that location, if I will have to move towards 200, 200, so I don't need to give both the coordinates. At whatever position you are, you just need to give the destination value. So let's say I want to draw line from 100 to 200, 200. So I will have to write 200, 200 only. What it will do? It will draw a line from whatever location it is to 200, 200. Are you getting me?
सर फर्स्ट टाइम तो लाइन लिखना पड़ेगा.
Yes, first you will have to write the entire line. So for example, if I write line 100, 100, comma 200, 200. So in that case, my cursor will be at 200, 200. And now from 200, 200, let's say I want to draw line till 300, 300. So I can simply write 300, 300. I don't need to repeat these coordinates. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let me just give demonstration so that you can understand it carefully. So for example, as of now, let's say I'm drawing one line, line 100, 100 to let's say 200, 200. Now I will be at 200, 200. You can see here. Fine. I am at 200, 200. Now what I want to draw? I want to draw a vertical line from 200, 200 where let's say I want to give the coordinates like 200 and 300. Yes. So it will draw a vertical line. Let me just run this file. What is this? Oh yeah. Can anyone tell me what is going on here? What it has done? See, I have drawn one line from 100, 100 to 200, 200, and then I'm using line2 function where I'm passing 200, 300, and it gives the output like this. So can anyone tell me what exactly it is doing?
0 पिक्सल से स्टार्ट किया सर.
Sorry.
आपने सर ऊपर से
X के 200 पॉइंट से लेके Y के 300 पॉइंट तक कर दिया उसने शायद.
No, see what it has done.
लाइन
It has not followed this line function. Let me just put this in comment. Still, I will get the same output. You can see. So what line2 function is doing? Whatever parameters you will pass, it will start calculating the things from the origin, from the 0, 0. So what it is doing? Earlier your original position was at 0, 0. So from 0, 0, it has incremented x value by 200 and it has incremented y values by 300. And whatever point you are getting, it has drawn the line from 0, 0 to that point. And that is what we don't want. You can see here. तो यहाँ पे उसने क्या किया, x में जो डिस्टेंस है वो 200 का ले लिया, y में 300 का. Whatever point you have got, it has drawn the line from 0, 0 to that point. Are you getting so far?
yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now let's say I want to draw line from 200, 200 to 200 and 300. So in that case, I will have to move the position. As of now, it is at original position at origin, which is 0, 0. So to move your cursor, you can use one more function, which is move to. So where we are using line function, line2 and move to both are simultaneously very useful functions. So where I'm using line2 function, similarly I can use move to function to move my position. So as of now, I am at 0, 0. Now from 0, 0, I want to move my position to 200, 200. So what it will do? From 0, 0, it will move the position to 200, 200. At whatever position we have moved, from that position it will draw the line till 200 and 300. So now it can draw a vertical line. Let's see.
सर इससे
You can
अच्छा
see.
तो फिर वो लाइन फंक्शन नहीं हुआ.
No, see, as of now, I am just giving an example of only a single line. That is why you are thinking that a line function can be very handy. But just imagine that you have a very big object, you have more number of angles, you have to draw more number of lines. So in that case, at any point you can simply draw the line. Now see, for example, from here I want to draw line, let's say line 2. I want to draw horizontal line, fine, which is at, let's say, 300, and x is 300 and y is, what is the y value? Y is 300. See, so every time you don't need to use move function. You are saying that we can use line function easily, but that is for the first time. For the first time only you will have to move your position from 0 to any location. So now here you can see what I'm doing. I'm just moving the cursor from 0 to 200. From that point I'm drawing the line till 200 300. Now your cursor is moved to this point. From this point I'm drawing line to 300. So now my cursor will be at this point. तो अभी मुझे यहाँ से कोई वर्टिकल लाइन ड्रॉ करनी है, तो आई डोंट नीड टू राइट 4 पैरामीटर्स. आई कैन सिंपली गिव द डेस्टिनेशन. व्हाट आई कैन राइट, आई कैन यूज line 2. Now let's say I want to draw vertical line, so I need to change the y values. My x value will be same, so 300. Let me change the y value 400, and you can see here. Are you getting this, Abhishek?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so it is always better to use line to function rather than line function, because it will reduce the code and it will avoid repeating the values, because every time you don't need to give the pixels for starting and ending point. You can simply give the ending values, and accordingly it can draw the line. So this is how line to and move to function works. As per your need, you can draw line from any point to any point. You can simply give the value for destination point. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Now one more thing, the way we are using line to function, there is one more function which is line relative. It will be little bit difficult for you to understand this function, but still I will give one example. You just need to think about the pixels and think about the output. Let's say I'm using line relative function and I'm giving 200 200. Just see the output. This is what I'm getting. From 0 0 it is drawing the line like this. Similarly, here if I use line 2 function and I'm giving the same value 200 200, I am putting this in comment. I am getting this output for line 2, and if I will use line relative function, what it is doing. Or let me just put the line
सर
2
आपने
function in
दोनों
comment. Yes.
Yes.
What do you think? Both the things are giving the same output?
No.
See, this is line relative. Now I am putting line relative in comment and I am going with line 2 function. Just see the output and compare both.
सर सेम ही है.
सर लाइन रिलेटिव है ना, जो लास्ट लाइन जहाँ पे खत्म हो रही है ना, वहां से ही आगे लाइन ड्रॉ कर रहा है, और लाइन
No.
2 है ना, वो
See,
पहले से कर रहा है शायद.
as of now, what is the question? This is line 2 function. I am giving 200 200, and this is the output. Carefully, just observe the output. Fine. Now what I will do, I will run the output for line relative. You will have to compare both the output and tell me whether both are equal or not. This is line relative.
सर
Sir,
सेम
it's
ही है.
same. Yeah, but
सेम ही है सर.
Correct. As of now, both are same. Fine. Now what I will do, first I will move the position from 0 0 to, let's say, 200 200 or 100 100, whatever it is. So now I have been moved to 100 100. Now I am drawing line 2 function. Just observe the output. See, from 100 100 it has drawn the line to 200 200. I am using line 2 function. So this is what I am getting. You can just observe the length of the line also. Fine. Now let me put line 2 function in comment. And now let's see what line relative gives. What do you
ये
think?
थोड़ा बड़ा बता रहा है लाइन
सर डबल
रिलेटिव
है,
वाला।
डबल
See,
है।
I am giving the same value, but still, as you have noticed, it gives the bigger line. Fine. So now let me just explain what line 2 function and what line relative function is saying. See, let's say this is your screen, and as of now, let's say you are at this point. Let's say this point is 100. Fine. Now, if you are using line 2 function, then what it will do? In line 2 function, whatever parameters you are passing, it will start calculating the pixels from the given position, from the latest position. So let's say I'm giving line 2 like this, line 2 200 200. Fine, and let me write the coordinates here also. This is 0 0. At this point the value is 100. Fine. And for example, this point, and there is one more point. Let's say this point is 200 and this point is 300. So now initially you were at 0 0. Then I am using move to function, move to 100. So my cursor will be at 100. So now I am at this position. Now I am at this. From this position I am using line 2 function, line 2 200. So line 2 function, what it will do? It will start calculating the value from origin always. It will start calculating the values from origin. So here from origin, this distance is 200. Let me write it. This is difficult. And from origin, this distance is also 200. You can see this is 200. And this distance is also 200. Similarly, if I talk about the next point, if I calculate this distance, then it will be 300 from both the directions. This is also 300 and this is also 300. So if I am using line to function, it will start calculating the pixels from origin. तो वो भी क्या करेगा? Origin से 200 तक चला जाएगा. Similarly, y में भी origin से 200 तक. तो मुझे ये point मिल गया तो उसने वहां पे line draw कर दी. But in case of line relative function, what it will do? See, now if I am using line relative function and I am giving the same value 200, in that case it will not calculate the pixels from origin, but rather it will start calculating the pixels from the latest position. तो अभी मेरी जो मूवमेंट थी वो 100 तक मैंने कर दी थी, तो अभी मेरा जो कर्सर है वो भी 100 पर है, तो वहां से वो 200 पिक्सल्स कैलकुलेट करेगा. तो यहाँ से 200, तो यू विल गेट 300. ये जो डिस्टेंस है वो 200 हो गया, बिकॉज यहाँ इतना 100 था, टोटल 300 है, तो ये 200 हो गया. सिमिलरली यहाँ से जो y का डिस्टेंस है वो भी यहाँ से वो 200 ऐड करेगा, तो वो 300 तक चला जाएगा. सो फाइनली यू विल गेट दिस पिक्सल. So in that case, what it will do? It will draw the line from 100 to 300, even though I am giving 200. So it will do the change with respect to the latest point, relative to the latest point. Are you getting the difference of both the functions?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
सिंपल डिफरेंस है. लाइन टू जब मैं यूज करूंगा तो वो जो पिक्सल्स मैं यहाँ पे पैरामीटर में पास करता हूँ, वो पिक्सल की जो कैलकुलेशन होती है वो 0 0 से होगी. So that will be the actual value. If I am giving 200, then in that case it will be the actual value of the pixel. But here in line relative, if I am giving 200, it doesn't mean that it will draw the line to this point, which is 200, but it will add this many pixels in the current position. So for example, अभी मैं 300 पर हूँ, वहां से मैं line relative यूज करूंगा तो बैक नहीं आएगा. वो क्या ड्रॉ करेगा? 300 plus 200, so it will draw the line till 500 pixel. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let me give one more example. See, let's say I am at 100, and now let me just ask you, And this is my screen, and I want an output like this, using line2 function only, like this. Consider that both the lines are straight lines. This is 100. Let's say this is 200. Can anyone tell me what could be the approximate value for this point?
250, 200.
300,
250,
200.
200. Correct. 250, 200, or it can be 300 and 200, whatever. But ultimately, it is a straight line, and the line is horizontal, so there will be no change in y values. Now, using line2 function, if I want to draw this kind of thing, then what I can do? Already I am at 100. Now, what I will have to do? Using line2 function, what I can do?
Line
Yes,
to
anyone?
line to 200, 200, line to
Correct.
250, 200.
I can use this function line2, and I can give 200. Similarly, I can use line2 function, and I can give 250, 200. That's it. You can see. Fine. If you will give 300, then it will be a bigger line. So it is not an issue. But ultimately, we want that kind of shape. So you can see. But now same thing if I'm doing using line relative function. Now let me just put this code in comment. And if I'm using line relative, I'm giving the same thing, 200, 200. Again, I'm using line relative, I'm giving the same pixels, 300, 200. Can anyone tell me what kind of output I will get? I'm not going to run this file. First, I want to hear you. What will be the output? What do you expect?
एक्स्ट्रा लार्ज हो जाएगा सर.
क्या हो जाएगा? Can we get the similar shape? Can we get the similar shape, similar object?
शायद से और शायद से नहीं.
नहीं
Sorry, I'm
आएगा
not
सर.
getting.
दूसरे टाइम सर जब लाइन रिलेटेड 200, 200 होगा तो ऑफ कोर्स थोड़ा
See,
लंबा हो जाएगा लाइन.
सर सिर्फ लाइन
let-
लंबी हो जाएगी, ऐसा ही आउटपुट आएगा.
Okay, fine. Let's see. See, these are the points. Fine. You are at this position, 100. What I can do? This one. You are at this point, 100. Now, what I am doing? Line relative 200, 200. As we have discussed, whenever we are using line relative function, it will start adding the pixels to the current position. So I am not talking about 200 pixel, but what it will do, अभी जो पोजीशन है उसमें वो x में 200 ऐड कर देगा और y में भी 200 ऐड हो जाएगा. तो x ऑलरेडी 100 है, y भी 100 है, तो उसमें 200 ऐड होगा. तो फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ पे 300 वाला जो पॉइंट है, तो even though I have given 200, 200, what it will do, it will draw the line from 100, 100 to 300, 300. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now I am at this position. What it will do? Again, I am using line relative function where I am passing 300 and 200. So what it will do, at whatever position you are, it will add 300 pixels in x and it will add 200 pixels in y. x में 300 ऐड कर देगा, y में 200. तो अभी यहाँ पे x की वैल्यू 300 थी, तो वो x में 300 ऐड हो जाएगा, तो 600 तक जहाँ पे है 600. So for example, let's say here x value is 600. And what about y? y की अभी जो 300 की वैल्यू है उसमें और 200 ऐड कर देगा, तो फॉर एग्जांपल ए पॉइंट मुझे यहाँ कहीं मिल सकता है, और यहाँ पे है फॉर एग्जांपल. So it will draw like this. Fine. Let me just now run this file. You can see here. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
So even though we are going with the same pixels, you can see it gives different output. This was the output of line 2 and line relative. You can see here. So it has even distorted the shape also. We are not getting the similar shape. See here, ultimately, what was the objective? I want one inclined line and then I want one horizontal line. So using line 2 I can do this, but if I'm passing the same pixels in line relative, then you can see the change. It's not going to draw the horizontal line. See, now both the lines are inclined line. And so ultimately I just want to explain that this is how line 2 and line relative function works. So whenever you ultimately, let's say for any point, if you want to do the changes with respect to the current point, you can always use line relative. And if you want to do the changes with respect to origin, then always you can use a line 2 function. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
and
Yes, sir.
similarly move relative is also there. The task of or the use of move relative is also very similar. If I'm using move relative 200, then what it will do, at whatever position you are from that point, it will add 200 in x, it will add 200 in y, and whatever point you are getting, it will move your cursor to that point. That's it. So always remember that line 2 function, whenever you are using line 2 function, then you are talking about the actual point. लाइन 2 में मैंने यहाँ पे 200 पास किया है, इसका मतलब कि ये जो पॉइंट है उसकी वैल्यू 200 है. बट लाइन रिलेटिव में जब मैं पास करता हूँ तो इट डजंट मीन दैट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस पॉइंट. आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू ऐड दिस वैल्यू इन द करंट पोजीशन. सो इट कुड बी एनी डिफरेंट पॉइंट आल्सो. इज इट फाइन?
Yes,
सर
sir.
वो
Yes, sir.
मूव रेल का क्या बोले आप?
सॉरी,
मूव रेल का क्या बोले? मूव रिलेटिव का?
move relative is also having the similar application, whatever use we have seen for line relative. Line relative will also add these many pixels in both the direction, but at the same time it will draw the line, while move relative will just move your position, it will not draw the line. That's the only difference. Otherwise calculation will be very similar. तो अभी मैंने यहाँ पे 200 डाला है अभी पैरामीटर्स पे, तो वो क्या होगा, अब जो भी पोजीशन पे अभी हो उसमें जो x वैल्यू है उसमें 200 ऐड हो जाएगी, y वैल्यू है उसमें भी 200 ऐड हो जाएगा, और जो नई वैल्यू मिलती है वहां तक आपका कर्सर है वो मूव हो जाएगा.
ओके सर.
Yeah, so any doubt so far?
No, sir.
No,
Okay,
sir.
then
Yes, sir.
it's 9:34. I have missed the workshop. It was about to start at 9:30, so now I'll have to go. And as I said, from Monday we will have 4 sessions each day, and on Monday only I'm going to discuss things regarding Android. So there will be 2 continuous sessions. So far, if you have any doubt, then tell me. Otherwise, I'm going to end this meeting.